someone right in front of the East Hardware.
Yeah, you know what that was for.
I was like, did I cut someone off? But then I'm like, there wasn't anyone waiting to move.
Yeah, there wasn't anyone with me
I
either.
think it was the cars going the other way.
Maybe,
Because they were like tailing each other.
they were, so it must have been.
Because they both were on the
We didn't do anything. I was confused.
It made no sense.
Good evening and welcome back to another presentation of Westport Varsity Girls Basketball. Tonight we have ourselves a rivalry matchup. The Lady Wildcats will be taking on the Bishop Stang Spartans tonight, who currently stand at 0-2. The Wildcats look to resume a 2-game win streak. They're coming off 2 wins against Joseph Case and Fairhaven. They started the season off with a loss to St. John Paul II, but ever since then they have not looked back, and they've been great. Look to continue that win streak tonight, like I said. And as for Bishop Stang, they head into this game 0-2 and still looking for a win.
Good evening, and welcome to Westport Middle High School for tonight's girls basketball game between the visiting Bishop Stang Spartans and your Westport Wildcats. Westport is a proud member of the MIAA and believes that proper sportsmanship should be displayed at all times. Please assist us in showing good sportsmanship throughout the contest by refraining from derogatory remarks towards the participants, coaches, officials, and other fans. The MIA's targeting and taunting policy will be strictly enforced. And now, the starting lineup for the Bishop Stang Spartans. Number 11, senior Lily Duclos. Number 10, junior Madison Alves. Number 2, junior Addison Yamora. Number 4, freshman Samantha Murphy. And number 5, freshman Melanie Peckham. The Spartans are led by head coach Phil Harding and assistant coach Patrick Bell. And now, the starting lineup for your Westport Wildcats. A senior, number 12, Tess Sylvia. A senior, number 21, Jenna Egby. A senior, number 1, Julia George. Sophomore, number 5, Kylie Hazel. And senior, number 24, Zoe Sylvain. The Wildcats are led by head coach Jerry Virgilio and assistant coach Tyler Martin. The officials tonight's game are Frank Sullivan and Carl Tripp. Would you please rise, if you can, for the playing of our national anthem?
All right, so game time underway. Any moment now, just waiting for the Wildcat starting lineup to take the court. And it will be tonight, number 1, senior Julia George. Number 5, sophomore Kylie Hazel. Number 12, senior Tess Sylvia. number 21, senior Jenna Egby, and number 24, senior Zoe Sylvain. Egby ready to take the tip here for the Wildcats. We're off. It's going to be tip taken in by Madison Alves for the Bishop Stang Spartans. Layup there by Samantha Murphy, comes up short, rebounded by the Wildcats. Sylvain now with the ball, driving down. Alves gets a hand on it. Fighting with Egby, it's going to be recovered by Hazel for the Wildcats. And just too high, it's going to be snatched out of the air by number 11, senior Lily Duclos for Bishop Stang Spartans. Travel called against Mulaney Peckham. Blocked that time by Jenna Egby. So still scoreless so far with 7:16 left to play here in the first quarter. Wildcats struggling to work it inside so far this game. Egby on the inside, she's going to pass it back out to Sylvia. Got 6 seconds left on the shot clock here. Wildcats need to do something. George with the jumper is going to fire. That one falls right into the hands of number 2, Addison DeMora. So taken back by the Spartans. Still scoreless with 6:36 here. And that one's going to go up and over the rim. Shot by Samantha Murphy, no good. Sylvain loses it. Hazel, 4-3, over the rim, and Egby can't get to it. So very defensive play so far for both these teams. A few of the shots both these teams have taken have been very rushed. They have a lot of pressure on them. But it will be Murphy who will score the first points of the game for the Spartans. They take the lead 2-0. With 5:58 left in the first quarter. Wildcats looking to respond here, get their first points of the game. Well, great pass by Hazel to Sylvia. And it's going to get called for a double dribble there, unfortunately. So Wildcats so far struggling to get the momentum going on offense. Alves takes it down the lane and loses it. It looks like number 1, Julia George, got a hand on the ball that time. Will stay Bishop Stang ball. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. Jumper by Alves. That one spins around, but it's going to find its way in. 4-0 lead for the Spartans. And timeout taken by Westport. Need a moment here to organize. So 5:05, and while it has been low scoring, Bishop Stang definitely showing more efficiency on offense so far. However, Wildcats still plenty of time to figure it out here. Now back after the timeout, Sylvia inbound passing to Sylvain. Sylvain has done a great job handling the ball so far for the Wildcats. There just hasn't been a lot of offensive opportunities given to him. Sylvain wide open, 4-3. That one's gonna miss the rim. Sylvia tries to tip it inbounds, and it's a great effort, but ball will go to the Spartans. 4:39 left in the first quarter. Still Bishop Stang up 4-0. Murphy's going to drive it in, pass to Alves. Alves fires, rebounded by Egby. Great job crashing the boards that time by Jenna Egby. Going to get the ball back for the Wildcats. Still looking for their first score of the game. Hazel, 4-2. Ooh, hits the glass, rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Julia George. Wildcats still have the ball here. Sylvia fires. And Egby tried to help her out that time, but it's going to be tipped back into the hands of the Spartans. That one was stolen by Mulaney Peckham for Bishop Stang. 3:33 left on the clock. Not a lot of breaks in play so far. So far, no fouls for either team. So it's just been a lot of clean defense. 3 from the corner by Duclos, no good. Wildcats have it back. Ooh. Slight miscommunication there for the Wildcats. Pass just a little too high for Hazel. Duclos has space. She's going to take the 3 and sinks it. 7-0 Bishop Stang. 2:59 or 49 here left to play. First foul of the game, a shove called against Bishop Stang. So Sylvain now will set things in motion for the Wildcats on the sideline here. She's going to take it in herself and comes up just short. Too much pressure from the Spartans that time. And now Demora has to fight for that one to keep it back in control for Bishop Stang. She's going to keep it. Spartans still have the ball here. And still hold that 7-point lead. Wildcats need to lock down on defense here. Peckham wide open. That 3 is going to rattle off the side of the rim. Ooh. And a clean slap away there by Julia George is going to get the ball loose. Tess Sylvia dives to fight for the ball, and it will be a Wildcat ball. Great teamwork there and physical effort for the Lady Wildcats. Wildcats still looking to get points on the board. They have 2 minutes to do so here in the first quarter. Ooh. Shot by number 33, Malik Pasa, who's in the game for the first time here. It's no good. Great pressure by Tess Sylvia. And a travel called against number 10, Madison Alves. Almost thought that was going to be a call against the Wildcats there, but there was a little bit of physicality with the arms that time. It's A-okay, though. They get the ball back. 1:20 left to play here, first quarter. Westport still down 0-7 against Bishop Stang here at home. George 4-3 fires. That one sinks in from off the glass. Julia George for 3. Wildcats finally on the board. They're down by 4 now. It is 3-7. Now with a full court press here by the Wildcats. And another travel called against Bishop Stang. Great hands by Jenna Egby that time. Not giving her an opening to get by. Definitely forced that travel. Great defense by Jenna Egby. She was a great defensive player for the Wildcats last year. She continues to be this year. Ooh. Layup by Molly Costa, no good. Almost, though. It's ready to rebound it. Just too many Bishop Stang defenders there. They're going to box her out. Duclos from the far corner again. That one, in and out. Wildcats save it there on the baseline. Sylvain takes it in. He's going to get a second shot. He's going to get a third shot. Helped out by Egby. That one can't find its way in either. So 3 strikes for the Wildcats. Can't hit any of them. Two seconds left on the clock here. That one's going to bounce off the back of the rim. And we will go into the second quarter 7-3. Low, very low scoring situation here in Westport. Wildcats down by 4, but the offensive momentum starting to get there. They're starting to create more opportunities for themselves, starting to push themselves inside the paint more. Not going to allow themselves to get boxed out. So game is obviously very early on and still very much in reach for Westport. Looks like Bishop Stang is going to get the ball for the second quarter here. Start. All right, so start the second quarter play underway right now. Sylvia almost snagged that ball away from Demora. Ooh, jumper by Samantha Murphy that time, totally rejected by the Wildcats. They're gonna get right on top of that. And the offense for the Wildcats now seem to pick up momentum. Ooh. Pass by Egby under way too much coverage that time. Stang gets the ball back. And shot by number 13, Lily Ramos, comes up way short, off the clear, rebounded by Julia George. Wildcats back with the ball. 7:15 left on the clock. Looking to cut down the 4-point Spartan lead still. Sylvia on the line, sinks it. That will be 2 for Tess Sylvia. It is now 7-5, Wildcats only down by 2. More full court press from the Wildcats. Stang's gonna get by. Murphy can't control it, bounces off her legs, back to the Lady Wildcats. There's been a few passes so far for the Wildcats that there's been a lot of pressure around the intended targets, and they're coming up short, leading to a few turnovers here. If they can cut down on those turnovers, I guarantee you this offense definitely pick up. That one's going to drop in. 2 more for Bishop Stang. It is 9-5. Wildcats back down by 4 with 6:10 left in the second quarter. Sylvia's going to take it in, fires, and slides off the rim just short. She's going to get some assistance from Egby. She gets the ball back. Shot up short. Ball taken back by Murphy for the Spartans. Sven got a tip on the ball that time. Ramos is going to stick with it. Call for the Wildcats. Get the ball back. All right, so number 21, Jenna Egby, is going to come out of the game. Back in comes number 33, the junior Molly Costa. Kylie Hazel, 4-3. Just long that time. Rebounded by Sylvia. Wildcats got 10 seconds left here on the shot clock. Need to make something happen. Sylvia lays it up, short off the front of the rim. She's going to rebound her own shot. From way downtown, Zoe Sylvain. That's her first points of the game there. Hit the three, and it is now a 1-point game here. Wildcats only down by 1, 9-8. 4:49 left in the second quarter or first half, whatever you want to call it. Ooh. Some contact in the paint there. So first foul of the game for number 1, Julia George, for the Wildcats. She will put number 4, Samantha Murphy, on the line. Murphy's going to get 2. She misses the first. Can make it a 2-point lead for Bishop Stang if she hits this one. And she will, so it is now 10-8. Wildcats down by just 1 possession here. A few subs made by the Spartans. A few quick passes between Sylvain and Hazel. George is going to stick with it. He's going to fire it up. Now a call against Bishop Stang. Julia George will go to the line for 2. If she hits both, she can tie up the game here for the Wildcats. First one comes up short. She steals the second, though. Has the second one ready. Fires. That one drops like a feather in a basket. No problem. 10-9. Westport only down by 1 here. Keep applying the pressure, making it hard for the Spartans to get over the half line. Travel called against number 10, Madison Alves, for the Spartans. That's the second time she's been called for a travel this game. Wildcats have it. Hazel's going to fire and sinks one from off the clear. It's been amazing. The Wildcats getting most of their points so far this game. They're going to take the lead for the first time in this matchup so far. And they've gotten most of their points from beyond the 3-point line. It's been pretty impressive. So under 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. They are up 11-10 if you're just joining us now. You can start to see the Wildcats coming alive a little more, starting to get more aggressive. They're starting to gain more control of this game. The offense has slowed down for Bishop Stang, definitely a little bit so far in the second quarter. It's not the same that it was in the first. And that's all going to help the Wildcats. They're just starting to figure it out more and more as the seconds keep ticking by. Back after the timeout, Spartans with the ball. Demora's going to take it up. She's faced a lot of trouble this game trying to get the ball by Tess Sylvia. Ooh, goes down. That was a clean strip. Fortunately, Spartans got the ball back, but that was a great strip by Tess Sylvia. Few hasty passes here by the Spartans. Wildcats starting to get their hands on the ball. Alves 4-2 fires. It's going to roll off the clear, no good. And put back in by number 13, Lily Ramos. Stang back with a 1-point lead, 12-11. Wildcats going to fight for that back here. Ooh, Alves gets a hand on the pass by Hazel. Demora is going to take it for Bishop Stang. Duclos inside to Alves. Just going to get stopped by Julia George, who forces the travel. Wildcats get the ball back. Jenna Egby back in the game for Westport. Sylvia takes it down the lane. Ooh, unlucky bounce that time. Jump ball. And it's going to be a Bishop Stang ball. So made by Bishop Stang. Wildcats applying the pressure here. And great job. Defense is going to pay off here. It's going to be a Wildcat ball. Oh, or timeout. Looked like the call came. I heard one of the refs say wait right before the timeout was called. Less referring to the timeout. Either way, that ball went out. Not quite sure where it landed. So 2:14 left to play here in the first half. Wildcats down by 1. Looks like it's going to be a Bishop Stang ball. So the Spartans maintain possession, but they're still going to have to fight to get it over the line here. And now, quick discussion between the refs. Seems something time-wise. Spartans going to turn it over. Ball back to the Wildcats. They had 3 tries to get over the line there. Little miscommunication between the officials and a timeout. Between all that, they can't get it over. Lady Wildcats have it. Egby is just going to recover that pass. Hazel fires. Ooh. Slides off. She's just going to catch it out of bounds. 1:47 left to play in the first half. Pass intended for Duclos, just barely got by the Wildcat defense. And now a call against number 21, Jenna Egby. They'll put number 4, Samantha Murphy, on the line for Bishop Stang. She can add on to the Spartans' lead here. First one comes up short. I would say for the goal of the Wildcats for the rest of this quarter, for the minute and a half that they have left, I would say retake back the lead. Obviously, they definitely have enough time to do so. It's been hanging on this 1-point lead for a few minutes now. They got to get it back. Ooh, that one in and out. Rebounded by Jenna Egby and one. Number 21, Jenna Egby, on the line now. That's what I'm talking about. It is now 13-12. Westport back in front. She can make that a 2-point lead. All she needs to do is make this. She's going to take it. And that one goes in no problem. It is now 14-12. Wildcats back in lead here. A little over a minute left to play now. Great job by Tess Sylvia. That ball is going to leave the court. Remains in control from Bishop Stang. Great pressure by Tess Sylvia that time, sticking with her man, getting a hand on the ball. And now, Spartans lose the ball. Back to the Lady Wildcats. Tess Sylvia to inbound it now. Sylvain six with it. And now that's 2 more for number 24, Zoe Sylvain. 16-12, Wildcats up by 4 here, under a minute left to play. Bishop Stang starting to feel the pressure. Foul against number 12, Tess Sylvia. Doesn't faze her at all. Demore and Peckham struggling to get it by the Wildcats here on the perimeter. Duclos is going to hand it off to Alves inside the arc, and nothing comes of that. Demore fires for 3. That one rattles off, no good. Shot clock is now off. There's 16 seconds left on the clock. Wildcats still up by 4. They keep the defense going. Smart play there by Coach Gargiulo, taking Tess Sylvia out. She had 2 back-to-back fouls there. She's going to take her out. Make sure nothing unnecessary happens. And the final 16 seconds of gameplay. Now 8 seconds. Little confusion between the players on the court. It looks like it will be a Wildcat ball. And in for the Wildcats is number 15, Sophia Rigo. Four seconds left on the clock here. Can the Wildcats get anything off? Julia George fires at the buzzer. Wildcats are going to love those extra points. 19-12. The late 3 from way deep by Julia George. It's going to make it a 7-point lead for the Wildcats heading into the break. So, it's a little bit of a slow start for the Wildcats on offense. The defense was there and has been there the entire game, but they're starting to figure it out now with a 7-point lead. Been taking a great shot selection, and from beyond the arc, they've just been great. So we'll see more action after the half. right, back for the second half of action here in Westport. If you're just joining us now for the start of the second half, Wildcats are currently up 19-12 against Bishop Stang here at home. Wildcats looking to extend a 2-game win streak tonight. And right now they're in good standing to do so. Got to keep the momentum going for the second half. And we are underway here for the start of the second half or third quarter. Shot by Murphy comes up short. Wildcats with the ball. Great job working around the perimeter. Struggling to find an opening, though. Sylvain's going to take it in herself. He's going to rebound her own shot. 2 more for Zoe Sylvain and 2 more for the Lady Wildcats. 21-12 now. Westport with a 9-point lead. Alves wide open. That one rolls in. 21-14. Wildcats still up by 7. So a rare error in the Wildcats defense that time, allowing number 10 Madison Alves for the Bishop Stang Spartans to remain wide open under the basket. I'm sure they will not let that happen again. George fires on her way to the lane. Gets some help from Jenna Egby. 23-14, Wildcats back up by 9. Alves fires a shot that time, but Jenna Egby's going to get a hand on it. She slaps out of bounds, so it will stay Bishop Stang ball. Great effort, though, by Jenna. And that one's stolen right out of the hands of the Spartans by Kylie Hazel, and Lily Duclos will steal it right back for Bishop Stang. 3 by Mulaney Peckham will be good for Bishop Stang. It is 23-17. 6-point lead for the Lady Wildcats with 6:02 left in the third quarter. Hazel takes it in. Ooh, that one's going to roll just too much to the side. Rebounded by Duclos. Alves takes it for 2. Tess Sylvia got a hand on it that time, and it is fully taken back by Jenna Egby. Jenna so far having a fantastic second half. Sylvia fires. Jenna Egby with the ball. Ooh, Sylvia can't quite keep it in bounds for Westport. So a few tries there by Sylvia and Egby, and a timeout will be taken now. 5:16 left to play on the clock in the third quarter, and Wildcats still up 23-17. So the Spartans are trying to keep up with the Wildcats, but so far still down by 3 possessions. Love to see the communication on the court for Westport. Done a great job, like I said, with communication so far this game. Trying to make the right plays, right passes. especially on defense. That one whacked right out of the hands of Alves by Jenna Egby. Peckham wide open from D. That one comes up short off the lip of the rim. It's going to be rebounded by Zoe Sylvain. Sylvain now taking it down. She's going to pump the brakes and give her team a second to transition. Shot by Kylie Hazel. There's no one there to rebound it. Westport still up 23-17. Peckham for three again. Gonna rebound her own shot, takes it in. It's gonna get stopped, and her pass is taken by Tess Sylvia. Working her way back now. She's gonna hand it off to Kylie Hazel. And it looks like the Spartans got a hand on the ball that time. We're gonna take it back. 4:10 left in the third quarter. Duclos wide open for three. Bounces off the iron. Rebounded by Egby, and then Egby will be stripped. Jump ball. Jump ball to Bishop Stang. Great pressure by Kylie Hazel. Peckham. That's her third three here in the past minute. Can't hit one. Sylvain fires that one up. She's gonna sink it. Great shot. That had a lot of power behind it. 25-17. Wildcats back up by 8. 3:30 left to play in the third. Shot by Duclos goes just too far, and Julia George is going to let that one go. So, ball back with the Wildcats. Sylvain drives in again. She's going to get two more from off the paint, from off the clear. 27-17. This is now the biggest lead of the game so far for the Lady Wildcats. Stands at 10 points. Now, number 2, Addison DeMora, for Bishop Stang, fouled. We'll try him in to drive up the sideline here. Murphy's going to recover the ball for Bishop Stang. Moore works it out to Duclos for 3. That one slides off. Too much grease on the ball. 2:30 left to play in the third quarter. Wildcats back with the ball, looking to extend the double-digit lead. Kylie Hazel's going to lay one in. 29-17 now. That pass almost intercepted by Tess Sylvia. And number 13, Ramos, is going to lay one in for Bishop Stang. 29-19. Westport still maintains a 10-point lead. Kylie Hazel for 3. Another one from deep for Kylie Hazel. 32-19. Lady Wildcats, they're trying to run away with this one. Ooh. Tess is just going to snag that one right in the hands of Duclos. And one for number 24, Zoe Sylvain. Her footwork this game has done a great job softening up the defense. She's just been racing around defenders, making some very smart shot choices. And now she finds herself on the foul line. It's a 15-point lead for Westport. She can make it 16 here. And that shot's just going to come up short. So it stays 34-19 with 1:33 left to play in the third. Peckham. Shot comes up short. George saves it just before it's about to go out on the baseline. George giving her team a chance to set up. Great pick by Tess Sylvia that time. Shot just a little too high. Call against number 5, Kylie Hazel that time. 50 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Wildcats up by 15. Ooh. No one there to catch that pass. Looks like number 5, Melanie Peckham, is looking for someone to transition, get that pass. No one. So miscommunication for the Spartans. It's going to give it back to the Lady Wildcats. Westport with the ball here. Hazel fires. That three's no good. Rebounded by Demore. Shot clock is off here. We got 23 seconds left on the clock. Peckham off the iron. Rebounded by Molly Costa, who's back in the game for Westport. Westport comes charging down court. Tess Sylvia, that one falls by the wayside. She's still fighting to get it back. And third foul of the game against number 12, Tess Sylvia. Elite physicality from her this game. Now at the clock, that one's high off the top of the glass. To end the third quarter, Westport up 34-19, and they've started to break away from Bishop Stang. It was pretty tight, within 5 to 6 points for a little bit here in the third, but final minutes here, starting to pull away. So, in for the final quarter of play, if you're Westport, you just want to keep the game the way it's been going for this second half so far. One player to watch out, though, for would be Tess Sylvia with 3 fouls now. She's going to have to watch herself on defense. However, she's done a great job leading her team in the paint, getting a lot of rebounds, defensive rebounds for the Wildcats. She's gone down in the court a few times for jump balls. So if she keeps it up, she's going to continue to be a great contributor for the Lady Wildcat team. Back for the final quarter of play here on this Friday night matchup between Westport and Bishop Stang, rivals. Forgot to mention it early on, but last year these two teams, Westport, very much controlled this rivalry last year. They won both games in that series. Now this year, Bishop Stang went into this game looking to avenge last year's losses. But so far, the Wildcats trying to keep up with the rivalry wins. And that shot rebounded by Jenna Egby. Wildcats get the ball back here. Ooh. Hazel wasn't ready for that pass, and Murphy's going to take it back for Bishop Stang. 7:23 left in the fourth. Wildcats maintain the 15-point lead. Ramos goes down, no foul though. Still Bishop Stang ball. Peckham drives in, and it's blocked by Jenna. Jenna Egby not happy with that call, but it will be 2 now on the line for Melanie Peckham. Just gonna look to give a few here to Bishop Stang. And she's gonna sink the first. Has the second. A few subs made. Now at the second. So Peckham's going to hit both. She'll get 2 for Bishop Stang, and Wildcats maintain a 13-point lead. It is 34-21 with 6:57 left to play here tonight. Ooh, George loses that one off the leg. Ooh. And a word by number 1 Julia George for the opposing team. Quick timeout taken by Westport. There's been nothing crazy physical between both these teams. Few fouls here and there, but nothing insane. Be interesting to see if that changes here in the fourth quarter. Little tension there between Julia George and number 5 for Bishop Stang. All right, back after the timeout. All right, so back after the timeout. Bishop Stang has the ball, shot by Madison Alves that time. Is going to pinball in and out. She can't land that one. High pass is going to be taken in by Hazel, and the travel's called. We'll try to give it away. Demore's going to hand it up to Peckham here. Ooh, and Sylvia goes down. Alves lays it in for 2. 34-23, and it's now a 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Need to get some points on the board here if they want to maintain a comfortable lead for the rest of this matchup. Ooh. Hazel was going in just tipped, and no one there to help Egby out. Spartan's going to get the ball back. 6:05 left to play in the fourth. Peckham for 3. That one's going to launch off the backboard. Rebounded by Egby. George going to be fouled on her way into the paint. Julia George now on the line for 2. First one falls to the side, can't find its way in. She can still make it a 12-point lead for Westport. She'll knock the second one down, though. 35-23. Westport now up by 12. 5:31 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Ooh, Murphy can't contain the pass. Back to the Wildcats. Sylvain will take it from the far corner. That one just long. No one there to rebound it for Westport. Duclos hands it inside to Alves. Alves going to have some trouble. And then a slap on the arm called against Westport. That one called against number 1, Julia George. Alves is going to take 2 here from the foul line. And she'll make the first. Julia George in a little bit of foul trouble. She will come out. Back in comes number 15, Sophia Rigo, the freshman. Second one finds a way in. It's now a 10-point lead here for Westport. Bishop Stang starting to cut it down slightly, but big play here can help out the Westport Wildcats. Hazel, 4-3, that one no good, rebounded by Bishop Stang. Still 35-25 here. Murphy contested under the rim there, and Sylvain is going to take it back for the Westport. Called for a travel last minute. If there was a travel call, that must have been a late call, because definitely when she was breaking away there, it didn't seem like anything happened. Tess takes it back for Westport. And now Tess Sylvia set things in motion here. 4:13 left to play on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Sylvia takes it in. It's going to fire one up and try to rebound her own shot that time. Instead, snatched away by Murphy. Peckham from the near corner and can't make the three. Rebounded by Jenna Egby. Jenna Egby has to be in the double digits tonight at this point for defensive rebounds. Her and Tess Sylvia have done a fantastic job. Cannot stress that enough on defense. Hazel 4-3. Just long. Egby's going to take it back. She needs some help, though. And it's back out on the perimeter for the Wildcats. Give themselves a chance to regroup. Hazel, deep 2. Just short, taken back by Alves for the Spartans. Jenna Egby is not going to make it easy, though. Then she's going to hand it off to Addison Demora. Demora now for the Spartans. Snatched right back by Kylie Hazel. Driving down court now. Ooh. Pass taken back by Duclos. This one's going back and forth now. And 2 more for Madison Alves. Timeout taken here. Westport still up by 8. It's 35-27, but with 2:52 left on the clock, game's starting to get a little too close for comfort. Still a lot of basketball left to play here. Westport, however, is due for a big offensive play here. It'll definitely help them out here last minute. Lady Wildcats are going to get the ball back after the timeout. Number 1, Julia George back in the game for the Wildcats. Westport looking for an opening here. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Sylvain will take one for 3. That one, she's going to ricochet the wrong way. No one can get to that for Westport. Bishop Stang now with control. And 3 by Duclos, no good. It's going to get knocked out of bounds by Jenna Egby. Remains a Spartan ball. 2:08 left to play. Duclos wide open on the line. She can't land that 3 either. That one's going to fall right into the hands. Number 12, Tess Sylvia. Under 2 minutes left to play here. Wildcats still up by 8, 35-27. But they got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. That one's going to roll off. Just tipped by Bishop Stang last second. Svane looking to get that ball away. She's going to give it off to Jenna Egby, who knocks it down off the glass for 2. Back to a 10-point lead for Westport. 37-27 now. 1:20 left to play in the 4th. Westport, if they can keep this up, it'll be A-OK. Great steal by Tess Sylvia, putting her body on the line there for that one, though. Tess Sylvia 4-3. Sinks it. Great shot by Tess Sylvia that time. 40-27 now, Westport. They can taste it now. Victory is only 46 seconds away. And Demore is going to get called out of bounds. Another timeout called for Westport. 44 seconds left after the timeout is over, and a comfortable 13-point lead for the Wildcats. So it's all smiles on the bench for the Wildcats right now. At this moment, I'd like to give a big shout out to number 24, Zoe Sylvain, who not only has controlled a lot of the offensive motion for the Wildcats this game, but she's also done a great job keeping things positive on the court. She's had a great on-court personality, trying to keep things light for the team, especially early on when there was a few struggles for the Wildcats. It's been a strong performance tonight for Westport. Seems the bench is coming for Bishop Stang to close out the game here. It'll be a Westport ball after the timeout. Tess Sylvia now at the controls. And Westport likely just going to start running down the clock here. Julia George getting an opportunity. She's wide open in the corner there. Shot clock is now off. We have 25 seconds left to play here. And a travel called against number 21 for Bishop Stang. Wildcats just going to take their time here. Jenna Egby trying to lay one in for 2 there. Shot clock runs out, and the clock ends. Westport, final here. They will win 40-27 against Bishop Stang. So the Wildcats improved to 3-1 and we'll look to continue that win streak next week. It's just a great performance all around for the Wildcats. It was a slow start in the beginning, but they fought through it, and they did not look back after that first quarter. They improved where they needed to, and that persistence is what makes a great basketball team. Till next time, I'm Jack Keene, and this has been Westport Varsity Girls Basketball.